Alright, there we go. Alright, good evening, folks. This is another Frankie Friday edition of Rapscallion Brigade. I'm Frank, the Cuban Sherpa. We're going to be doing some Tomb Raider today. And hopefully making some progress on this game. I know I'm about halfway through, so I'm hoping we get some more success in here and maybe make it through a couple more levels. I was also hoping for a couple more levels the last time I played, though, and that failed pretty spectacularly, so at the very least, I'm hoping we can make it through one level. And 2 will be a miracle, I guess. It's also been a while since I've played, so I did kind of try to give myself a little bit of a refresher course the other day, but the controls of this game still suck regardless. Oh man, wait a minute. Oh man, colorful. Welcome back. It has been a while. Where is my beard? I know. My beard is missing. I kind of sometimes it gets a little too itchy, and I also haven't cut my hair in a while, and there was just way too much hair going on all at once. So something had to give for a moment. What's going on, Mario? Oh, you wait until 3 a.m. to watch me. Thank you. What's funny is the last time I streamed was like on a Tuesday, or no, it was a Wednesday. And Josh had asked me if I was gonna stream Tomb Raider, and I told him I could not afford to play this game without you. So I was like, I need to keep this for Fridays, or at least on the weekends. I do. I absolutely need you in this game. Oh my god, I hate these controls. Oh, see, look, already giving me hints. Oh my god. What is the secret? Back before I switched to safety razors, I was going through 2 blades for shave. Oh my god. I mean, normally I'll try to just use the electric razor. I never go for like a very close shave. But this said yesterday was an exception, and I had to pull out the razor and just get really clean. This week I made a deal with my boyfriend with Tomb Raider when I finish it in 4 hours. Oh my god. I'm very envious of that. I mean, it takes me like 4 hours just to get through 2 levels of this game. No, so close. Use a barber's trimmer to shorten it first and usually stop there. Yeah, that's exactly what I do on most occasions too, whenever I trim the beard. No! Amusingly, when I was reacquainting myself with the controls, I gave up when I kept falling on these ledges. Oh, that's right, you can walk. Wait, how can I walk anyways? I can sidestep? That just did not work out anywhere near as planned. No, shift is not giving me the sidewalk. Or the walk, sorry. Spacebar? No, spacebar is my guns. Shift plus up arrow. Yeah, that's what I just did. I'm still running. I could have sworn I had seen a run before. Or a walk, but Lara only knows one speed. Control is what I use to grab onto ledges. I thought maybe that would work also. But, that one also failed. I wonder if I could just... I should be able to make that jump from here. Success. Alt is what I use for my jumps and stuff. So, I mean, unless maybe I jump and then I can... Oh no! Oh my god. Alright, so we're just gonna save here. I could have sworn it was shift for walk. Oh, wait. Alright, so instead of number pad up arrow, if you do shift plus just the regular up arrow, we can get the walk in. That's right, it's a Frankie Friday. And right now, Frankie Fridays are almost exclusively Tomb Raider Fridays. This is a door, so I cannot grab that. Nope, grab it again. I heard something. Oh, no. Put the gun away. Climb up. Climb. Come on, gorilla. Ah, more shotgun shells that I will never use. Additional shotgun shells? Oh my god. I knew there was way too many sounds happening. It's been an awful long time since I played to the point where I'm not accustomed to saving every 5 seconds like I was before. What am I drinking? I am drinking, is he dead? Yeah, he's dead. It's a pleasant one for me. It's, Funky Buddha sweet potato casserole, which I always say sounds disgusting, but it's actually very tasty beer. Um, I had a buddy that was working at Funky Buddha, and I was getting like a regular supply of it for a while. And then he stopped to go work at another brewery, so he gave me one last 4-pack that gave me 2 sweet potato casseroles and 2 nib smugglers, which is their chocolate milk porter or stout. No, porter. Pretty sure it's a porter. For some reason I thought you said they weren't making it anymore. No, it's not that they weren't making it anymore. It's that I was no longer getting a free supply of them. Which, I mean, you might as well just say they're not making it anymore, right? It's the gravy train is over. Alright, so before I get squished again, another save. Do they keep coming, or is it just a one-time thing? Yes, just in case. No, it's just a one-time thing. You do. Like I said, it's very tasty beer. Yes, we are busy the weekend. You want to do Half-Life. Actually, Disrupt will be hanging out here at the house that weekend. So, if you want to blame me for not going to Minnesota, you can blame Disrupt as well. Oh, shit. ROUSs. Oh my god. I hate children. I don't hate children, we will just be entertaining his children and not raising funds for others. Yep, nope, shit's right. Plus, man, it's Star Wars weekend on May the 4th. Although I will say that if you actually had the inclination to come up for an event like that, personally speaking, I think it would be worth pushing it to another weekend. Yes, I had... Hey, Molly! Or Molly! I had actually told Jocelyn that, I would like to try to make it out to, Extra Life this year. I know I had brought it up to... I mentioned it to Kendra as well. So at least I can do the big event and hopefully do the big event with all of you guys. Ugh. I mean, the other thing would be trying to figure out... Oh shit, that's gonna kill me. Figuring out how and where I would play, but... I guess the craziest logistic would first be just getting my ass up to Minnesota in frigid temperatures. Oh no! Oh god. Alright, well at least I didn't lose a whole lot. Sometimes that load being the first option, man, that is just... It's not good placement. I think that happened the last time as well. I think I lost more progress that first time too, so... This definitely wasn't the worst of the of those moments. That's where I came from. I guess just go that way. Oh, there's a gator. Should probably save after my swimming excursion. Hope everyone's been having a good Friday thus far. Hey, Ben. What? Amusingly, I think Tomb Raider has also been the first game I play in a while that has not been, oddly enough, Dawn of War 3. I started playing it when Sega had their Make War Not Love campaign, and I wanted to contribute to gaining the hours to get some freebies. and then just got kind of wrapped up in the campaign, even though, you know, the game's already been abandoned and whatnot by the devs. But nice statues. Did I miss statues? Oh, my figure's behind me. That's, or maybe those statues. Howdy, Liz. You can't even with the water. The water is not the worst part. I think my favorite part is how when you jump into the water, Lara just like sinks like a rock. She just collapses in there. What did they give away this year? So I know they gave away a couple DLC packs. One of them for the first Company of Heroes. Another one for Total War Warhammer. They gave away Alpha Protocol, which I have it on the PS3, but I've wanted to play that one. I had thought about streaming that one, so actually bonus because now I have it on the PC to stream. I think they gave away Binary Domain. And at the last one, they gave away Company of Heroes, oddly enough. And every game that they... I very like the statues. Okay, so there's got to be something with the statues. Can I shoot the statues? No, I cannot shoot the statues. I thought maybe the these rocks could be pulled, but I was wrong. Oh, you just like the statues. Oh, okay. So you're just not dropping any hints this time, I guess. Even though I guess something's got to give, right? That door has to open, but it may not be there yet. Noticed her, but as a teenager. You didn't notice her her amazing polygonal and triangular boobs, which I can't quite get the angle on them now. Not yet. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought I got into this room a little prematurely. What did I say about coming up for Extra Life? Just that that if there was an event that I'd try to make it out for, would be for Extra Life out in the out in November or whatnot, and that I had brought it up to Kendra and stuff. Oh, I brought it up to Kendra, but had also brought it up to Jocelyn, saying that that was one of my goals for this year. And a bonus, since I'll be freezing my ass off up there, I've got to wear my my little Sherpa hat. Oh crap, did I just save? God damn it. Alright, no biggie. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's not that cold here. That's coming from another Explorian. I don't know, man. These people have been posting some pretty horrible temperatures. Grow my beard back. You know, amusingly, I think this last time when I shaved the beard, You know, it's been a while since I had shaved it. Twitch Kittens is following the brigade. Thank you for the follow. This last time, I shaved it off during the winter and started growing it back in the summer, which was probably a horrible decision. But sometimes that's just the way things roll, I guess. Hey man, Florida has seasons. There's just, there's just two of them, but they're there. You know, we have summer and we have not summer. Yeah, and hurricane season. Fuck. Which, good news, hopefully at the beginning of March I will finally be getting the hole in the side of the house fixed from when the tree fell on it during last hurricane season. There we go. There goes Lara's knees. Ha! This game in general hates me, but I really did not think I was going to keep playing it, and as I've said, I've developed a bit of Stockholm Syndrome with this game. So, it'll get done. Hi, Heather. At least we have one person who is a fan of the game. Although she does mock me in my horrible gameplay. Have a smirk because you keep saying that you like the statues and I know I'm totally missing on something. But that switch opened something underwater. You're technically still a fan except for when Josh is playing. You know, the other day I had plans of bumping your reign of bits again, and then Jesse came and surprised everyone with that $1,500 or 1,500 bit drop. I know it was underwater. Yeah, no, I was gonna come on and see, Jesse's reign, and then, I saw Liz's name back on top. I've had to rethink my strategy now, but I will try to find a way to dethrone you once again. Oh, wait. Oh, no, never mind. Alright, so this is just gonna take me back. I guess I'll go back just in case. He's shooting up bits. It's like that Cookie Monster picture where he's in the bathroom with a spoon with cookie dough. Actually, not a meme, right? That was on Family Guy. Out of curiosity. I think if I hit the switch again, it'll just close the door. Which hopefully cuts to the scene. No, it didn't cut to the scene. Alright. Screw you, Switch. That should be the exit. So... nothing else here. Alright. I almost found it. Okay. So I'm getting close. At least. Really? Under the statues? I was under the statues at one point, though. There's a lot of water under the statues. 31st of May? Wow, 31st of May is when you're releasing? That is awesome. Alright, statues. I missed it. Wait, is that it? Oh, thank God. This game, man. Yeah. 20 bits for statues. Thank you. Thank you, Liz. Oh, the statues. Are the controls so bad? Oh, what? What the hell? I hope I'm, you know, like, shooting this thing. Wow. Alright. That was nuts. I was not anticipating that. I mean, nothing in this game has much explanation.
A little late for the prize giving, no?
Eh.
Still, it is the taking part which counts.
My French nemesis. Oh shit. You actually kill him. Gameson, that dude didn't hear your... Oh, I mean, he just keeps showing up in random spots. But I've unloaded tons of bullets in him before and he never died, so that's actually a bit of a shocker. Oh ho ho, baguette croissant. Who is it? Flight of the Conchords have a great French song with their Fudu Fafa. When I went to... Actually, before I went to Paris for our honeymoon, a buddy of mine told me that when we returned, like, the no croissant was ever going to taste as good as the croissants that we had in France. And I was not prepared for how true that statement was. And I think for, like, months after we came back, like, every croissant I tried, it made me sad. And Jocelyn would just look at me like, what's wrong? And I was like, it's just, they really aren't the same. Honestly, I thought I was going to be setting myself up for failure because we started in France and then went up to England, Scotland, and finished in Ireland. And I thought, oh shit, a cutscene.
Here lies Tehokan, one of the two just rulers of Atlantis. who even after the curse of the continent had tried to keep rule here in these barren other lands. He died without child, and his knowledge has no heritage. Look over us kindly to Hoken.
Oh shit. I beat it. In an hour? I'm sure I didn't beat the game, but... I think this is like halfway through. No, there's no way this is the end. Just on a motorcycle and then back in the cage. Yeah, I mean... Oh, in Egypt. Okay. So we're making progress, at least. Yeah, I was gonna say, I know there was no way I beat the game. I think there were 15 levels or so. And I was like on level 8 or something. Yeah, exactly. Like I thought the cutscene was going somewhere, and then it's just like, nope, you're back in a cave. Although an Egyptian cave, so it's fancier now. Kendra, the rating of the tombs is going. I just beat my my first level of the night. Yes, I am clean shaven. Oh, very late response, but Mario, I remember you asking me if the controls were as bad as the Resident Evil tank controls. I don't know, man. I think they could be. I think Resident Evil controls a little bit better than this does. This is just very clunky. Kendrick Lamar. Hell, I remember when you sent a picture of your clean-shaven face, and I don't know, man, it looked weird. No, I guess we gotta go this way. See, I try to I wouldn't say I shave on a regular basis, but I definitely go through like waves where I'll shave it off and then just grow it back, or shave down to a goatee or a chin goatee. Normally, like at least a full or a chin goatee is what I'll default to, because I really hate like this John Travolta butt chin that I have. But this is just one of those moments where it just all had to go. Lara's got some serious grunts in her when she pulls this stuff. Where do I want to go with this thing exactly? That's where I came from. I guess that's where I want to go. Alright. Craft quads. That is true. At least now that he's done it once, you know what you're expecting. It was horrifying, but you know what you're expecting if Josh were to ever shave it all off again. You cannot drink and shoot at the same time. Jesus. I'm in Wakanda. I feel like I'm the only person that hasn't seen Black Panther yet. But I'll get around to it. Oh good, you guys haven't seen it yet either. I am not the only one late to the party. What the fuck? Dave! There are some like weird ass things that have been coming at me. That centaur thingy exploded. This dude just like, you know, fell apart and collapsed. Yes, thankfully, Colorful came in very quickly. That was immediately a whole bunch of help, because, you know, statues. I just hit my head on a palm tree there. The statues. The only statue around this time is a giant sphinx. Which, you know, I'm pretty sure has some kind of importance. Oh. Stuff. Buttons.
No.
No. Alright, I did not think so. No, I thought I saw something up there. I thought wrong. I must summon my French guardian. That's fairly accurate. Like I said, I was very hesitant to stream the game during the week because I knew, you know, Colorful would not be on at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, like on the weekday. Yeah, I thought there was a switch. Oh, I mean, there's a keyhole. At least it worked. Yes, at least, you know, my train of thought was correct. Alright, I have a feeling I'm gonna have to start going underwater in a moment. Unless... No, I can... Can I drag this all the way up? Yeah, Lara does have pretty incredible lungs. And that's the extent of it there. I too remember that moment. I think I drowned numerous times yelling at her just to pull a damn switch. Yep. Shotgun shells. It could be that. That's not a bad idea. Her triangular boobs are just a breathing apparatus.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
That was worth a shot. Sorry. What have I done? Ah. One bummer with this loft is that it gets quite warm. So always have a external fan just pointing at me that every once in a while I have to bump the speed up on. Booba gear. See, when we moved in here, the loft had a ceiling fan, but then it had a light switch that did absolutely nothing. And the ceiling fan didn't even have light bulbs in it, which is always a plus, I guess. So then I was like, oh, I'm gonna make it fancy. I'm gonna put like this nice track lighting and stuff like that, so I could just have things like pointing at artwork, or you know, like at the TV and whatnot. Alright, this is a little weird now. And now I kind of wish I had a ceiling fan back in here. The only bummer being that whenever I play like something with virtual reality on the Vive, I will most definitely be hitting it and probably breaking many bulb globes with my hands flailing about. I did not know that was the actual story of Lara's boobs. So a typo is what caused the outrageously large boobs to be born. Oh, I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of other things that have boob variables. Ah, crap! What was the game? Dead or Alive series had all the jigglies going on. Actually, I think one of the Dead or Alive games had in the options like a jiggle meter for how much jiggling you wanted in women's boobs in the fighting game. Losing signal. Well, thank you for popping in for a little bit. I hope you and Tyler have a good drive. Jiggle in a video game is not practical. I don't know, man. I mean, there's certainly excessive jiggling, which is just comical, but... I would like to get a lay of the land, but... Alright, there's a door, which I will need some kind of switch to hit. There's another switch underneath the Sphinx. Behind the head. But can I get behind the head? I swear, man. Aha! And I'm gonna guess this would be the key that goes underneath. Huzzah! I'm getting a little better at the gunfights, at least. Alright. Nothing good ever happens in hallways in this game. Oh my god. The fun thing is I'm actually not playing with my glasses because I don't know if it's because I shaved the beard off, but there was a shitload of glare on my glasses. So that way it just didn't look like glazed over spectacles. I just took them off. But it's 4 AM here, really need to sleep. Gotta watch the video cast tomorrow. Yes, I think I will, hopefully. Thank you for all your help. And thank you for tuning in. I'm glad I was able to, we were able to catch you for at least an hour here. So I hope you have a great night, Colorful. Hey man, I totally need the words of encouragement. Oh. Look, more statues. Sí se puede. Scat statue would probably knock you off the minute you get on it. I'm committed to next Friday now. No, there is no way I can be committed to next Friday. I will be driving down to Miami next Friday. Unless somehow Jocelyn drives and I somehow stream from the car. But I can probably assume that would be a horrible experience for everybody. Hey man, I am totally not against more Frankie Fridays. Especially once I beat this game and Frankie Fridays can become something more than just Tomb Raider Fridays. Although, I think, what, I do have a Friday coming up that involves a particular text-based adventure, right? Tomb Raider 2 Fridays. So when I first started my my escapade for Tomb Raider 1, I was thinking like, oh, it'd be cool, you know, like I'd play through the entire series from beginning to Rise of the Tomb Raider. But after playing this game, no, I will not be playing the rest of this series. Or at least I will not be playing the second one for a very long time. Oh, I see a switch. I mean, I tested the Lord of the Rings game to see if I could play it off of archive.org, which was successful, sadly. And I wanted to shoot myself after like that, you know, 10-minute session of trying to give backpacks to Frodo and to Sam and to Pippin. I picked Merry. No, I'm sorry. I picked Pippin. I was trying to give it to Merry as well. But I died very shortly after starting because I decided to look at one of the ring wraiths. Kill Frodo is an option. Yes. One of the reviews on archive.org had a very quick review saying that they were trying to determine breakfast and eventually they just killed Frodo and had everyone sit on his corpse while they still tried to sort out the breakfast situation in the game. Which makes me very worried, and why I appealed that that game was going to be a group effort, even though I will be the one streaming it, because I will probably shoot myself at some point in that game. That's actually an achievement in LEGO Lord of the Rings. Really? I think I am actually playing, well, I mean, I'm not playing a lot of it, But Lego Lord of the Rings, I have been slowly playing through it. Um, but by slowly, I mean like I just got out of Hobbiton with Frodo. You want to lose every single giveaway from here on out. I told everyone we may have given the wrong person way too much power when we said that Liz could pick a game. And then sadly I'm the one that winds up with the game on my lap. Although I think Jamie was really pushing for Desert Bus, and I decided to, I think either him or Jesse linked information about Desert Bus, and Desert Bus seems pretty horrible as well. So I guess things could be worse. You're a girl who knows how to have a good time. It does, and that article I think seems to make that they do a stream of Desert Bus like every year, where they raise money, I think, for charity. I mean, on the one hand, with Lord of the Rings, I felt like I was gonna be a little excited because I was like, oh, I used to play a ton of MUDs and Legend of the Red Dragon and all those old BBS door games and stuff, but it's pretty special from the little bit that I played. Desert Bus is the go-to extra life game. I could totally see it being like a great extra life game just because, you know, you have to sit there and pay attention and do nothing for such a long time. Let's see the hold up there. Oh my god, that sounded horrific. Oh, I assure you, you will not be the only one drinking during that gameplay. I think copious amounts of alcohol will be needed to make any kind of progress. That is not a ledge. So close. Frank, in return, if I start streaming again in the near future, I'll let you pick the first game I play. Frank picks Desert Bus. No, I don't know if I would make her play Desert Bus. I'd have to think of something more evil. $2,600 has some gems of really shitty games I could try to find. There's that video that's been going around with that little Mario-looking clone. That every time the guy tries to like make a jump or time something, he just keeps dying. That would always be entertaining. Feels attention that long without either taking my clothes off or screaming a lot. Neither options on Twitch anymore without getting flagged. I think if I move it to the on the left side, I should be able to. Who made this game and why? Yes. See, look at Heather already coming up with solutions to your problems, Liz. Hey, Jesse. I'm really hoping I can make this jump. Yeah, alright. Yeah, save. Hey, bits for the first time watching me. Thank you. You have popped your Sherpa cherry. What? Just that you like, but I like how you think, Heather. No! Exactly. Great minds. Son of a bitch. Should be able to totally make that jump. Oh. This game would have totally been capable of just that flap coming down, hitting me in the face and knocking me down, but... Or I can just walk backwards. Come on. I have nowhere else to walk. There we go. Oh. I thought this would do something, but... It really should have. That was probably not a good thing, I don't think. Maybe it was? Where am I? It's the kitty statue. I feel like I do not want to be here. Because I feel like I did all that climbing and nothing came of it. No! Oh! Switch. Yeah. Alright. Now I can go back to the kitty statue. Her legs were about to just get totally crushed there. Lest I shatter my knees again. Probably want to go this way. soft landing. Oh, unexpected spikes. And suddenly spikes. Ah, oh no! Not the way I wanted to go. Although, maybe I can kind of like jump off to the side. I know I seen him. Oh shit. Tried to reach for my medipack too late. But at least I know which way to go now. That does not lead to spikes, so there's a plus in that. This game is low-res earthing then. Alright, that's two dead. I will replenish my health and jump into the fray. These things take a whole lot of bullets. Alright, I'm done with this beer, so take a 2-minute break. Go grab another one right quick. Let me see, make sure I actually hit the right buttons. Is it these buttons? These buttons. Not those buttons. Those buttons. Are her bullets made out of cake or what? I think it's the or what part. One quick sec. No, it is not over, Liz. I was taking a quick beer break. I had to replenish my sustenance. I heard something move. Oh shit! Oh my god. Where the hell did those things come from, though? Oh, that opened. Success. A crock of shit. Killed all those panthers and all I got out of it was another mighty vat. Well, at least you have some background music going on, which is kind of nice. It seems that the game had its soundtrack stripped away. I actually tried to make an effort to bring it back. There was like a whole patch that I was trying to get working to do like widescreen support and some other funky stuff. And when I went to try to load my save file again, the patched up version just kept crashing on me, and there was no way I was gonna try restarting this game. So I will just suck it up with the shitty graphics and the silent soundtrack, and go from there. It would have been a good use of doing the little jukebox thing, right? Like requesting songs, but then we got dinged with that, I think on Kendra's stream or something, with like that copyright hit that just didn't even let us stream or play our stream video on YouTube anymore. And that kind of sucked. Sweet. Oh, it takes me right back out. Very nice. Kind of. Oh, there we go, right there. No! Clipping through walls, man. I need to play what song now? Ode to Joy? I don't think we even have the jukebox enabled on our stream, right? Yeah, no available redemptions. Son of a bitch. I'll just restart the easy way. No, I guess I got lucky the one time I made that jump. Da-da. Save again for the inevitable fuck up. Hey, I got it. Alright. Get the shotgun shells that I won't use. I did not catch those shotgun shells last time. You know, learning how to walk has been kind of handy to do those little fine-tuning steps. Oh my god, I hope there's a way out of here. I cannot jump to the cat. So that bridge had another walkway on it. Hopefully this will lead me to the way out. Oh shit! Jesus. What? Why? That thing sounds like a car crash. Yes. That is the perfect description for the sound that it makes. It's like the tires screeching and all you need is that inevitable crash sound right at the end. Yeah, key is pretty awesome. The Stardew Valley Fair is tomorrow. What's Stardew Valley Fair? I would like to know more about this Stardew Valley Fair. Oh, I don't know. I thought you were doing something like really nifty in real life that involves Stardew Valley. I mean, when you say tomorrow, I'm imagining Saturday, not Stardew Valley tomorrow. You know, I can't remember if I've made it that far into the game to get to a fair. The last thing I remember doing for a big festival was where you throw all or whatever ingredients you want into the community soup. I was woefully unprepared for the community soup because I cared too much about money and sold all of my goods. Unawares that I was supposed to contribute to the community like a good citizen. I am amazed Lara's knees did not give on that fall. I think most of my neighbors hate me already in Stardew Valley anyways. Welcome back, Kendra. But hey man, I make money in the game. I have my my seasonal fruits and veggies and flowers. You're trying to bang all your neighbors. I think I forgot the name of the characters, but I think the two that I was hitting on, the first one was I think her name was Penny, the one whose mom lives in the trailer park in Stardew Valley, and oh, son of a bitch, wasn't I already here? The other one that I was hitting on was the Science-y girl, which I don't remember Science-y girl's name. There was a way I could have sworn you could just... It's this way. This. Yeah. But this seems like a horrible thing. I don't know why I would want to be here. I mean, this is exactly where I spent all the time trying to get out of. Oh, but I got a key. So maybe not drop into this. There was a key thingy around. Yeah. Wasn't there yet? Wasn't there? No. I see Stardew Valley as a peaceful Persona 5. Bang as many people as you can and hope you don't die on your adventures ascending into the earth. Persona 5 is one I have not gotten into. Well, I haven't even tried starting to play. I tried playing Persona 4. Persona 4 Golden on the Vita was like one of the first games I got for it. And it's kind of cool. I just really never went back to it. And then I kind of put off Stardew Valley at one point because then I started playing the first Carmageddon. So I went from peaceful farming and flirting with my neighbors to running over old ladies and cows and other sorts of people. Both games are very cathartic in their own ways. I mean, it looks like I totally need to get out there. Oh no. That was, I can roll down that way and I can jump there, and there was just another item. It was just like a secret spot there. So it's not necessary to go there. This guy doing the mini paint job sounds like a young Tom Hanks. Well, that sounds like a good voice to listen to at least while you watch. Hey man, cows are people too. Ugh. Don't infringe on their cow peoplehood. Damn it. I keep hitting the wrong button. My favorite ones to run over though are still the old ladies. Just because they have like this really amusing voice as they try running away from you. Yeah, Dynasty Warriors has a good way of doing that too. You know, because you're just slaughtering, you know, hundreds, maybe a couple thousand people per map. But I can understand why some people just aren't a fan of that gameplay. I mean, it does get kind of repetitive, but I don't know, there's a bit of entertainment in it as well. I played the shit out of Hyrule Warriors on the Wii U. You know, it's just Dynasty Warriors with a Zelda skin on it. Aha! The shitty thing there was I had done so much in that game, and then, oh, it's the end. Yes, I actually beat 2 levels this night. Amusingly, I beat it right around the time that I would have said goodbye, but I still have like a little bit more than half of this beer, so. I'll at least play enough to get through the beer. Exactly, you cannot waste good beer. And anytime I get some Funky Buddha beer, I make sure it never goes to waste. I am sure our French friend will be so proud to see that I actually finished another level. I know, right? I'm such a grown person now, I can beat a level all by myself. We'll go this way without the water. It's about to heal anyway, so great timing. No. All the grunts she makes in general are pretty great. She grunts, she twerks. Lara knows how to use the junk in her trunk. So just to kind of mark that I've been there already, let's just kind of shove this one back in. And let's pull out the others. That might be a little too high, right? Yeah, too high. The way it looks, maybe not a switch. Oh, it's a... no, it looks like a door, I guess. Alright, we'll be back. Time to use Lara's amazing lungs. Can do nothing with this once again. Just looks so damn important though. I do Tomb Raid, bro. Oh my god. There we go. Where'd they go? Alright. So I got a key. And I just gotta find out what to do with the key. Go and take these shotgun shells. Or not. Leave me alone, you fucking gator. They are womb-like. Okay, that's a new path. Possibly. I have not thought about them as womb-like. See, man, you just can't get Molly out of your head, Liz. No. Get the shotgun shells. Alright. I could swear there's more here, but... maybe not. Maybe all there is a key and some shotgun shells. So I will find the way back. There we go. And at the very least I have a key. So if Colorful comes back the next time I stream, she can yell at me for missing whatever it is that I'm missing. Unless anyone else knows. I am always open to more suggestions. Ah, son of a bitch. I don't know how much you've missed. At least in terms of the game. I've died a lot. I haven't drowned. Which I guess is kind of like progress. And Liz can't get Molly out of her head. Well, it was just the. I think that was like my first Egyptian level. Um, so I'm gonna guess we're gonna be in Egypt for a bit. Yeah, but if you don't bang them all before you marry them, how do you know that it's the right person? You've got to sample all the people in Stardew Valley. Oh, that's right. Fuck. How quickly I forgot this thing was here. Oh my god. Like a fine fruit platter. Yeah, you don't need any clinginess in your fake farming life. Which one was Elliot? I can't remember too many people in that game now. The poet on the beach. Yes, okay. Lives in that shack down by the river. Well, down by the ocean. Apparently, if you get too romantic with Sam, he basically coerces you into bed after hiding you in his room from his mom. Oh my god. Maybe he'll have you, like, sneak out through the window. If you don't acknowledge your spouse's existence every day, actually, your friendship level with them drops far more rapidly. Oh my god. That is, like, way too clingy, man. Normally in real life, you know, you spend all the energy in the courtship, and then once you get married, it kind of becomes more laissez-faire. This game is making you do the opposite. You could bag around like horned doggies. I mean, to be fair, you've been with Tyler for a while already, so I think you've already maybe kind of gotten to that point. You know, you guys are already living together. It's been like 5+ years. Marriage is amazing. Marriage is amazing. Planning the wedding can be stressful, but it's also a pretty amazing time. I think we planned for like a year, and it was both one of the best and one of the greatest things to do. Because there were so many times I just wanted to say fuck this and we'll just like elope type of thing. But then seeing it all come together was pretty awesome. Just wait until everyone who was asking when you're getting married asks when you're having kids. Oh yeah. I think for us that happened the night of the wedding. It was like, alright, so, you know, now that you guys are married, when are the kids coming? What the heck is that monster? That monster is like the most annoying crocodile in existence. It made you remember when you two were a draft queen. And hey man, buying your first mattress together is a pretty big commitment. You know, normally a mattress is gonna last you like around 10 years or so. So, you're kind of saying you're in it for the long haul there. Also, hi Deebs, because I didn't know you were in the chat. Oh my god, it's finally dead. Thank god. You have suddenly appeared. Sadly, Deebs has shown up when now I'm truly lost in where I'm supposed to go. Grocery shopping is always fun. Heather, you're just waiting for kids to get fun. Oh, but I think you've had fun with your kids. Your kiddo stream was a whole lot of fun. Although I think you were getting frustrated, it was a lot of fun for your viewers at least. You know, someone who's infertile and wants a kid and her mother knows but still gives her guilt trips about it. Now that's pretty fucked up. I know Joss and I, like, from a very early part of our relationship, had talked about adopting. So even if we never wind up having a kid of our own, we've never ruled out the plan to adopt and bring joy to some other little kiddo, even if it's not a direct spawn. Right after your funeral. Wish I knew what to do with my key. I'm gonna do one more lap around this place. To get my very conservative dad to shut up and plan it out. I don't know, but I hope it's gay. Nice. I don't know, sometimes got a bit of the Steven Tyler effect going on. Some of the features work pretty well with a daughter, partly bad genes. I mean, absolutely nothing wrong with people who don't want to be moms or dads and stuff like that. I think it's better when people acknowledge that they don't want to be parents and then don't do it, than the people who don't want to be parents and then wind up being parents and kind of do a shitty job at it. But there are people who unexpectedly have kids and then, you know, I don't want to say own up to it, but, you know, take on the responsibility. Alex is hairier than getting streaming software working. And Liv Tyler is very hot. Well, both Jocelyn and I are... Jocelyn has a very thick head of hair, and I have just kind of... Due to my dad, I'm a rather hairy individual, so I feel sorry for if we have a direct spawn, because they're gonna come out like a little Teen Wolf looking thing. Liv Tyler's the kind of hot that you don't know if you want to bang her, if you just want to spend the rest of your life respecting her. ¿Por qué no los dos? Yes, see? Dave said it before I could say it. Damn it. Deves and I are on the same page as Liv Tyler. Hey man, sometimes you gotta take advantage of the genes you got. Even if they make for great, you know, Halloween costumes. Your beard goes above your cheekbones. I have some stragglers that get, like, up here, but nothing too crazy. Is this a button? Oh shit. All that wandering around. You ducked the Latina arm hair. Thanks, Hero Jeans. I mean, Josh definitely has crazy. Oh my god, what the fuck? Why? Jesus. Single payer healthcare for life. My god, that'd be so great. Your craziness genes could stack like crazy. You never know, though. I mean, sometimes two top people might wind up spawning a little person, a short person. A really good friend of mine has two of the shortest parents I've seen, and he's like 6'2", 6'3". If it weren't for the fact that, you know, he kind of has the features from his parents, I would not believe that, you know, he came from his mom and dad. It was like rats, crocodiles for the last 10 hours, and suddenly we get skinless centaurs and humanoid lizard panthers. I know, man. The weirdness factor, you know, really shot up once we got to Egypt here. I didn't realize how much of a tiny heather Phoebe was until, Alright, that picture, or that scene did nothing for me. Until Heather posted that picture of a baby Heather. And that is, like, another Heather right there. Neither of us have legit tall family member or family enough to explain it. Yeah, see? Sometimes that happens. Sometimes, you know, there's just like a random tall person in the family. We have one. I mean, we are a family of short people, and then there's just my one cousin that towers over us all. You're a half-inch shorter than your dad, who is 6 inches taller than his mom, and 4 inches taller than his dad. We just have the one anomaly, but most of the people in my family are pretty short. Like, my mom is 4'11". My grandfather was never really tall. And obviously the older you get, he's just gonna get shorter. So I mean, I think he's now shorter than my mom. Oh no, I was gonna say my one female cousin, but we have a second female cousin now who came a little later. But my female cousins gotta be like maybe 4'9", 9 or so. Also super short. One strong gin and tonic. I love me some gin and tonics. At least a well-made gin and tonic is just freaking delicious. Your paternal grandmother is 5'2". Alright. See, so you do have some short people around. A $70 bottle of gin for 30 bucks, that is awesome. Ah, shotgun shells. What? Blueberry wine? There's a vineyard out in Plant City called Keel and Curly that makes a whole bunch of like delicious fruit flavored wines. And then one of my favorite things of theirs is they sell sangria by the can, which sounds legit like sketchy and like some of the worst sangria you can drink, but I think it's like 12 or 13%. My fucking god, 12 or 13% ABV, and it's just very, very tasty. I think the Jesus. Oh, you've been to Keel and Curly? Keel and Curly is great. They, I think when we did their, like, the wine tasting so we can get their glasses, it was supposed to be, like, 1-ounce pours, and they were very liberal with the pours in their glasses, and, I mean, we got to try something like, I don't know, it was like 8 different wines. Jesus. I mean, I think I've only been to 2 vineyards here in Florida. Keel and Curly, and then some friends of mine got married at Lake Ridge Winery in Claremont, which also has some pretty good wines. Oh, I lie. I also went to Schnebly down in Homestead. And Schnebly's got the really funky wines like Coco Bean, and they have the avocado wine and stuff like that. And Guayaba wine. They're certainly more experimental than the others. I am drunk on canned sangria. I wish I was drunk on canned sangria. The last time we were in Miami, I had actually bought a bottle of their sangria to drink, and then I totally forgot about it. And then one day I was talking to my parents with my mom drunk, and she was like, oh, you know, we just drank that sangria that you left here. So I think I'll definitely be picking up another bottle just for myself to consume finally. This is where I gotta go. Avocado wine sounds really weird. It's actually not too bad. It's very dry though. So I mean, if you're not a fan of dry wine, you will definitely not be a fan of this wine. How much a can? I don't remember. I mean, I don't even know if they sold it by individual cans, because I think we just bought like several six-packs and then just sat outside on their benches and consumed all the sangria while playing Cards Against Humanity. Using it for cooking, I don't know if I would want to use the avocado wine for cooking. I thought about that one day, and then Joss gave me the nastiest side-eye, and I had to put our avocado wine back in the cabinet. But, which is funny because she's a massive avocado fan, but she did not want me cooking with avocado wine. No, I am not flying up in May. Avocado oil chips. I do not know avocado oil chips, but that does sound interesting. I cannot do it. We have guests coming over, and we are doing Disney the weekend of Extra Life. Liz is stepping up to the plate here. They're potato chips, but made in avocado oil. Alright. I'm down with that. I can dig that. Because the Pacific Northwest is very hipster. Oh man, I think the weirdest thing I had in the Pacific Northwest was I was in Portland for PRGE, for the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and we went to Salt and Straw for some delicious freaking ice cream. But they had their Halloween flavors out, and they had one that was called like Blood of Dracula or something, and it was chicken liver ice cream, where it's got like a bunch of other spices and stuff in it, but they use legit chicken liver in their ice cream, and it actually sounds disgusting, but it was actually very good. You always Disney, why you know Minnesota? Because Minnesota is a lot further away from me than Disney. But I seriously have intentions of wanting to go, just not in May. About how your life got flipped upside down, Liz? Due to dedication to friendship. Liz is like piling on that guilt trip this time. I have intentions, man. Garlic ice cream? I don't know if I would try. Oh no! Fuck. Alright. I'm glad I saved. I don't know if I would do garlic ice cream. That sounds kind of questionable. And bring Joss to her and Heather can talk books, yes. Joss can have another book nerd. Tyler had intentions for way too long. I think there was just recently one of those like 24-hour book things where it's like I think you start Saturday morning until Sunday morning, where it's just you read nonstop. I don't know if I'd be able to do something like that. There goes Lara's legs. That is true, Alex. It was a successful engagement. See, so it did work out pretty well for Tyler. Yeah, I don't know if I could read for 24 hours straight. That is definitely not in my genes. Although I have a tendency to read some pretty, well, at least I guess lately, some more heavy books. It took me fucking forever to finish reading and digesting Moby Dick, which I know you guys were privy of towards the end of all the complaints I had. And now the book I picked up is Don Quixote. And actually, Jocelyn just finished ordering today her own copy of Don Quixote because she does not want to read on the Kindle like I do. So she's going to be trying to catch up to me, and then I will have a reading buddy to get through that book. Moby Dick made me want to die. Moby Dick! Oh my god, why? Why? Why would you do this? It's just like... come out, knock me off, massive fuck you, and just left. I'm still very torn about Moby Dick when I finished that book, because it was both something I hated and towards the end something that I really loved. And I could see why it became a classic. Am I familiar with Man of La Mancha? I don't think I'm familiar with Man of La Mancha. The Rachel Pang novels by K.B. Spangler, highly. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna write down. Rachel Pang. K.B. Spangler. Yes, Josh, Man of La Mancha is Don Quixote, but because he's Don Quixote de la Mancha, but Man of La Mancha sounds like something separate. But I will actually I should write down Man of La Mancha as well before I forget that. Sounds more like Stockholm Syndrome. In a way, yes and no. That was the first show you ever worked on. Very cool. Lost in La Mancha, the documentary about Terry Gilliam's failed attempt at making a Don Quixote movie. I think Jocelyn wanted to get me either another Melville book or a series of his shorts when I was reading. Night, Kendra. Thank you for hanging out while you guys were doing the drive. While I was reading Moby Dick, I think Jocelyn had looked at trying to get me some other amounts of Melville, but I don't think there was any way I could take more Melville at that time when reading Moby Dick. That's right, Mana La Mancha. That's what I was going to write down. Shit, I hit that switch and I don't even know what the hell it did anymore. We will find out soon enough. I'm trying to think what series I had really gotten into. I mean, I think for the longest time, my favorite book series was like all the stories of Drizzt by R.A. Salvatore. A friend of mine and my brother's had gotten Leo the Icewind Dale. Oh no, yeah, the Icewind Dale trilogy, the one about the shard. And from there, it was just all downhill. I consumed so much of the Drizzt books. So I'm gonna lose my freaking mind here. It's uncorrected all little continuity and give it a king. New evolution. Yeah, Ben, I did hear that a new Drizzt book was coming out. I'd be curious to see how it is, because I started reading... Well, I mean, I kept up with them for a while, like Gauntlet Grim and stuff, and I think I read, like, the first couple of books once. I mean, I guess it's a bit of a spoiler, but I guess, like, once it's just Drizzt by himself, you know, and meeting some of the other drow and some of the other elves. And I kind of lost a little bit of interest there. I mean, I think for me, part of it was just all the adventures he had with the whole group. So when he kind of became more of a solo act, I kind of lost interest. Grant! Hey man, thank you for showing up. I think the first series, sci-fi wise, I really got into was, I mean, I guess a lot of people do it, but The Hitchhiker's Guide for me was a huge favorite, even though I think the last couple of books start petering off. And then I started to read Dune, and after I finished the first Dune, I think like books were ruined for a bit. But after like maybe the second or third book in the Dune series, I think it just kind of got a little crappy. But I know that Frank Herbert stopped writing them at some point. Oh shit, I did not know you got a promotion. Congrats, Grant. The last book I read, he was still hanging with Caddy Bree. Yeah, I think eventually, if I'm not mistaken, him and Drizzt and Caddy Bree wind up getting hitched. She always saw him for who he was and not the color of his skin. Alright, that opens something. Just remember you don't have a Kindle. You know, when I first... Jocelyn, at first I preferred a Nook, and I got her a Nook in the hopes of her not buying as many books, which was a very failed attempt. But when the Nook started to kind of crap out on her, she went and actually got herself a Kindle. But there's a ton of books that Jocelyn would rather read in actual physical format and not on a Kindle. Whereas I've been the opposite. You know, she's told me straight up there was no way she'd be able to read Moby Dick on a Kindle. And she didn't want to read Don Quixote on a Kindle, which is why she bought the physical book. I think I have lined up also War and Peace, which is another one she said that there was no way in hell she was going to read on a Kindle. Guys, you think Ken is dead? What happened to Ken? You love the Hitchhiker 5-book trilogy. He needed another book of 6. And another thing. That's what it's called. I need to look for it. Apparently Adams didn't care for the way he ended so long, and thanks for all the fish. Yeah, I think the one I have is the one that ends with and another thing, but I still wasn't a big fan of the way the series ended in general. I think Hitchhiker's Guide, after maybe like the 3rd book in the series for me, kind of started to like taper off. Romance of the Three Kingdoms, yes, that has actually been added to my list after that discussion we had. But I know you said that like between the 2 books, it's a pretty lengthy read, so I've got a lot lined up on my plate, on my literary plate, which moves very slowly, to try to dive into another big one like that. He's been asleep since like 5. Hey man, sometimes you just pass out and you need all the sleep you can get. You read or followed The Magicians by Lev Grossman. I have not followed that one. The Dark Tower. I only read the first Gunslinger book, which is actually really good. I just never followed up on it. My brother is a massive fan of that series, though. Actually, he's the reason I read the first Gunslinger book in the first place. Huh. Hello, Unc. War of the Ancients trilogy was really freaking good, though. I think I wound up buying my brother that series after I read them. I think I got the first one when I was working at GameStop, and we had some of the books as promo items for either from WoW or one of the expansions. And I wound up reading the first one, taking it home with me, and then reading the rest of the series from there. And War of the Ancients is really freaking good. Television series is a fucking right, to be honest. Alright, so I was kind of curious if the Magicians you were talking about for the series, or for the book series, was the same as the TV show. I've been curious about the TV show. I think it's on Hulu to watch. Just yet another show I have not been able to get around to watching. Discworld is another one that I have never been able to get into just because I have not made the effort to get into it. But I was always curious about Discworld because I believe there was a I believe there was a video game that came out on the PlayStation related to Discworld for PS1. Years to go to get to Full Metal Alchemist, and that put me off. I just saw that Netflix has a live-action Full Metal Alchemist on onto stream. I watched the trailer of it, I think, the other day, which is very interesting to say the least. Where do I have to go? This way. This whole game is funny. It uses a 12-sided die, but it's a custom one replaced with a 5. 8 is replaced by 7A. Neil Gaiman is my lifeblood. I actually got to see Neil Gaiman do a reading on my birthday. And actually got him to write happy birthday in the graveyard book for me. He signed that, and I think that was when The Ocean at the End of the Lane had come out. So that's what he read from. And I had gotten Jocelyn like these really big tomes of Sandman, volumes 1 and 2 so far. And I think he signed one or both of them, I can't remember. Good Omens, David Tennant and Michael Sheen. That is a pretty good cast to start off right there. That's. I was actually thinking about American Gods. I actually have not watched that series yet. I have a whole lot of interest in it. Although Hogfather is one I am not familiar with. Oh wait. Go back that way. Santa was a boar and death had to beat him for the night. That's interesting. An interesting premise, at least. Had a feeling that was gonna happen. Alright. I think I'm definitely gonna call it quits there, where, with Lara just shriveled up on the floor, because I finished my other beer here a bit ago. But I'm proud of the progress, man. We made it through through two levels today. So hopefully can keep up at that clip. Have a good night, Ben. Thank you for hanging out. I'm also going to be heading out. We've definitely had a ton of fun here today. So thank you guys for hanging out. It's a whole lot of fun. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday. Great rest of the weekend. I don't think I'll be able to stream again for a while, but always looking to try to pick up a stream where I can here or there. I think, as I had mentioned, the next Frankie Friday we do is actually not going to be Tomb Raider. We're going to be doing Liz Appreciation Night and streaming her Lord of the Ring choice. For as wonderful and great as that is. Oh, thank you, Deeves. It was nice to hang out with you guys again and actually play a game as opposed to just hanging around the chat. But yeah. So it's Frank, Cuban Sherpa, Rapscallion Brigade. I think we're trying to get Molly up and running for her first stream tomorrow. But if not, then we will be jumping to Kendra on Sunday. So, yeah. Hope you guys have a great weekend and have a great night. See ya. I will say I am not the one who chose to take on the suffering. We had a random drawing, and I am the one who got selected to do Lord of the Rings.